This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and this is an introduction video to our December Time for Art live stream. It's going to be on December the 10th, Friday, December the 10th. We're going to do a Livestream Hop, and this is just an introduction video to talk about it. A happy holidays hop. And it was suggested that since the holidays are so stressful and we're busy doing this and we're busy doing that, that we just tell the streamers to come and have fun, do something simple or as complicated as you wish, just so that it is holiday related. And this is going to be end of the year happy holiday celebration. It does not have to be Christmas. It can be Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, Christian, any one of the winter solstice, and just anything that you want to do to celebrate, as long as it is holiday related and winter holiday. So I've chosen to do an ornament, and we did these when we were kids. I enjoyed doing these, well, even when I was older. Now, what you'll need to do these ornaments are some type of adhesive. I'm going to use glossy accent. You can use a PVA glue. Some sort of a Christmas image. I'm going to use this Christmas card. This was one that was given to me, and I'm just going to use the face of it. Some type of string or some type of attachment to make a holder to hang up your ornament. And I'm going to be using some of this raffia. It's not paper raffia, it is oak raffia. So it's very strong. It's almost a wooden raffia, but it'll make a nice hanger. You'll need a pair of scissors. And I would advise, if you're younger, for the next thing that we're going to do, I would advise you to have some supervision. This video is not for kids. This is not something I would recommend 13 and under to be doing, especially if they don't have supervision. So just as an upfront statement, this video is not intended for kids, because we're going to strike some matches. I have a little pan of water, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get out a stack of matches, a big stack of matches, and I'll probably have to buy another box to light my candles with. And we're going to strike them and then dip them in water right away. Make sure that they're dipped in water. And just dip them in water. That will put them out. And I'm just going to sit here and do this. And if you want to do two, I think you can do two at a time. If you're tired of watching this, I know my friends will be going, oh no, take the matches away from Mary. Because I actually was working, well, actually it was last Christmas, I was working in my December daily, and I had a candle burning. I don't have a candle burning today, but I was getting a tissue out, and I flopped the tissue open, and it flopped. Whoops. Well, I don't think those will light now. Oh, they did. How about that? Anyway, my tissue flopped over onto the candle flame, caused a little scare. Now I always get teased about setting my desk on fire. But I put it out right away. So, and again, this video is not for kids. And if you do this with your children, Make sure that you're there to supervise them, especially for this part. Or you could do this part if you're an adult and careful. But see, I'm dipping them in the water right away. You know, this is not anything that's gonna. Make sure you have a little bowl of water here. I use this little container of water for my watercolor when I do watercoloring. So I'm just going, let's try 3 at a time. I'm getting very impatient. And you'll want a lot of them. And I have seen these done before. I mean, I was doing these when I was, like I said, when I was a kid. Well, when I was younger. No, I doubt that I did it when I was very young because, well, I doubt that I was trusted to light the matches. But just be very careful when you do this. Make sure that you have a little pail of water right by your side, and you'll be okay. I'm experienced with lighting fires now. And there we go. And I just had a brainstorm. I'm going to add another, after I get done with this, I'm going to add another element to this. Another supply. I'm just about done here. Yes. So, how are you celebrating the holidays? You know, you can celebrate the holidays doing a lot of activity with your family and your kids, or you could have a very quiet holiday. Let's see, I'm not sure that one got lit. I think all the others did. I think it works best here with 3 at a time. Helps me get through this stack of them fast. 4 of a time is almost too many. Yep, they sent me an artificial candle. Holly did, and a toy fire extinguisher. So, if you're an adult and you want to do this activity with kids, make sure that you do this part. Once when I was younger, I was probably be in my teen years, I was going to do this project, and my brother took the whole box, took it out. Somehow he lined them all up. He set the whole box on fire for me and got it all done at once. I don't know how he did it. I'm not going to try that. My younger brother. So we just about have all of our Christmas decorations up. There's still a few things to go. I've got my little Charlie. No, don't panic. That was not there long enough to scare anybody. I got my little Charlie Brown tree all decorated. Did that scare you guys? I caught it before it even touched the paper, I think. Maybe I'll just do one here. Get it done. Just got a few left. Yeah, I got my little Charlie Brown tree all decorated. We got our Christmas tree up. We got a little painted village, and it's all up, but it's not lit yet. Now I'm just going to pour this in my paintbrush water, get rid of it. Now I'm going to spread these out, and yeah, we got charcoal on them. You could draw with this if you wanted. Let's just get as much of the charcoal off as I can on this paper. I don't want a lot of charcoal left on them because it's just yucky. Yeah, I could draw a face. Well, maybe. Draw a face. Give it some eyes. Give it a big smile. But that's not part of the project. I'm just getting the gunk off of these. Yeah, it's kind of messy, but it's kind of fun to play with. Let's just put these like this. And here again, I would strongly advise this project to have adult supervision, wherever you are on this. This is me doing this is really looking back on some of the things I used to do when I was younger. Thinking back. Okay, let's turn this paper. No, let's just leave it like this for now. Let's spread all of these out. No, I'm not going to play pickup sticks. I'm tempted. What I want to do, let's see. I have some walnut ink here. Now this, you could use walnut ink. You could use anything you want. Any spray you have. You could actually paint these sticks if you wanted. I'm going to put some of this walnut spray walnut ink in a sprayer and spray these. Because I'm having fun. You know, it's fun to do Christmas decorations, isn't it? Yeah. And let's see if I can do this without spilling it. I think I have a funnel. I do. I even have a smaller one. So this walnut ink came from our tree last year. Let's see if I can get it open. Yeah. Came from our tree last year, and I made walnut ink out of it, or it was the year before. And I still have quite a bit, but it does have alcohol in it to so it doesn't get moldy. And you use the walnut shells. I think that's enough. And I'm just going to put this over here for the moment while I put the sprayer in there, and hopefully this will spray easy. And let's put the lid back on the jar before I spill that. Again, adult supervision, because if you spill this, it will stain. It's permanent. It is permanent. All right. So let's just spray some of these sticks here. Looks like the wood is actually repelling. It looks like those matchsticks woods are actually repelling this walnut ink. How interesting is that? Which tells me these are coated. And I should have gloves on. I don't think this is going to work because I think my little sticks are coated with something. Because that walnut ink should be absorbing into the pieces. And they're not. I'm going to leave them just like that. Kind of, I could paint them. Well, I could paint them. I got some red ink here. Let's do some red ink on these. Let's play. It's Christmas. It's time to play with. We're done with our matchbox. We can put that up there. So Have you guys, are you familiar with the story, The Little Match Girl? The Little Match Girl is a Christmas story. Look at what it did in my background there. The Little Match Girl, she lit all the matches to stay warm. The poor little girl, she lost her shoes in the freezing cold. Let me get out a brush here, and that one needs a little help. Let's use this brush. Got to clean my brushes. All right, I'm going to put some red ink. I've got plenty of red ink, I've discovered, on here. We'll start with that. And I'm just going to take and I'm going to swish these. And here again, I should have my gloves on. I don't know if I can reach any gloves here or not. Let me put a pair of plastic gloves on so I can handle these without getting my hands too dirty. These are just cheapo ones. Here's one. Get my hand in here. And I'll find another one here. It looks like I've used the one I have on before, or it got really crumpled up. Alrighty. Yeah, get you some cheapo plastic gloves. Keep your fingers as clean as possible. I don't normally do this, but with this I can go faster and just paint out these, ink up these sticks. Now you could leave them unpainted too, and I wanted to spray them with walnut ink, but there's something on these match sticks on the woods that are repelling the walnut ink. So I'm not going to fool with that. And we're just going to get some ink color on these. Let me check my phone. I'm on mobile. Yeah, you can see pretty good, and I'm still going. See, look how inky my fingers are getting on that glove. So we'll just ink these up. And you could do this afterwards too, but I think it's probably easier to do them now. Paint them. And, you know, you don't have to be super, unless you're a perfectionist. You know, if you have a white side, who cares? Not me. I think it's pretty myself. A little white showing through. But try to get all of them, all the sides. And of course, I'm inking up the paper below me. I could be doing this on the wax paper. Let's move my wax paper. Of course, it's caught under each other here. There. You could do this with paint too. I'm just using ink because it was on my desk from my working on my cards this morning. Get them all inked up here. They don't have to be perfect. It wouldn't hurt if they were, but don't worry about it if they're not. Let's put some more ink on that. On them. Now I'm doing this as an unlisted live stream. I'll decide whether or not I want to let it go live like it is, or if I'll bring it down and edit it and shorten it out. I don't know. I'm thinking that you guys can just slide your timer bar through. If you get tired of watching me paint sticks, slide the timer bar through until they're all painted. Slide your timer bar through to the next step. I could try to put chapters in. I'm not sure if I want to do that on this or not. We'll see. So the goal here is just to get all my little matchsticks red. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. If there's white showing on a stick, I won't care. And I'm trying to do this pretty fast so that you get the idea. You can always go in and touch it up again. Or you could just leave them unpainted. That's pretty too. I'm painting mine. Gosh, I have some of these that I made years ago. Years and years ago, I've got some of these. Whoops. That one's not done. So, let's get them all painty. If I do several at a time, I'd be happy. Those are pretty good. That one wasn't so good. Now, I don't think everybody's project will be this involved. I've told the gals that are streaming that they could go as complicated or as easy as they wanted to. So that's what we're going to do. Some of them may just make a card, or I don't know what all they got cooking up. This one's not done. I get a little tired of doing this, so I get a little spotty on them. Let's push those. I do think this wood is coated. I got just a few left here. That's the end of them there. So let's get some more ink out. This is FW ink. It's an acrylic-based ink. Hobby Lobby had a big sale on it a couple years ago. But I think that I've been gifted some and I've purchased some since then. I like it because it's a acrylic ink. It dries nice. So I wouldn't call this an example of a short and quick project. I call this an example of something that's fun to do. I haven't done it. It's kind of like revisiting one of my projects that I did when I was a child. Well, not a child, a young lady. You don't want to have your children do this unsupervised, especially lighting the match. They could paint the sticks. Yeah, they have a messy mess. Some of them might get bored doing this, though. Children have a short attention span. But I don't know, some of those young boys might enjoy getting messy. I don't know. I think several of them would probably be particular and say, you left the spot. Look at all those white spots you left. Yeah, I did. I have several white spots in there. And I think that ink soaks into some of this wood too. This one. All right, I just got a few left here. I might need to get some more ink. Just a dab more. Yeah, you see, I get impatient. I'm not a very patient crafter. And I'm nearly not a perfectionist either. Some people would sit here and make sure every side is fully painted. No little white specks showing. None. But Mary's not that anal. I do want to do it as good as I can. If I see some that I can spot paint, I will. I got two left over here. Yeah, if you do this with ink or even with paint, be sure you have gloves on. These gloves are not expensive, and I have a feeling that some of this ink is going to leak through to my fingers anyway, but okay. So there they are. Most of them. Get them. Coated. Alrighty, I'm pretty happy with that. They're not perfect, but they're good enough. There's one in there that needs to be. Where did he go to? Is that him? Because I hold on to them by the tip. The tips don't get painted good. The ends of them. Oops, one flew off over there. But I kind of like it like that anyway. Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do is take my heat gun. Let's take my gloves off. Well, did pretty good. Keeping my fingers neat and clean. Alright, let's put my brush in the water. Throw this stuff away. And let's give this a little heat gun action. Look at that. For the most part, they're red. And after I get it all put together, I can go in and touch it up, and I probably will. All right. It doesn't matter if they're still a little wet. And they will be. So let's get this beautiful red paper and replace it with a clean sheet of paper. Just for your viewing pleasure. I'll probably do something with that. That's a nice background going there. Alrighty, now comes the fun part. Looks like I got some water on that. So we're going to cut our Christmas card. And let's see, I'm going to tear this first. Tear the front cover off. And I'm going to cut the Merry Christmas off here. And let's see. There's about, I'm going to guess here that there's about an inch down here. So I want to leave approximately an inch, maybe a 3/4 of an inch up here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And maybe around here. And of course when I eyeball this, I never do it perfectly straight. You could put it in a trimmer, but I'm not going to bother with that because that's not what this is about. All right, then I'm going to snip here. Snip my angle off my corners, so I'll have 8 sides, I believe. And I might have to shorten those up a little because my matchsticks are pretty small. What I want to start doing is building. Oh, I think it's going to work. Start building. Let's build it this way. this way, that way, here, here, here. After you get the top layer done, it's easier. So, and then you just want to continue building. So I'm going to build with my glossy accent first. I'll put these as top and bottom, 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 bottom. So we're going to put those on first. Get my paper out. Let's see, am I centered? Let me check my placement on the... Yeah, I'm pretty good. Let me zoom in just a little bit now. And let me pull my paper. Sorry for the wiggling, the jiggling. And I'm just going to use as many, you can go as high or as low or as high as you want. I'm just going to use up what sticks I have, so I don't want to light any more matches. So I'll just use what I have. Now I'm using glossy accent to do this. You could use regular PVA or Elmer's glue. We used Elmer's glue when we were kids. When we were younger, I should say. Now this is the part where the young ones could join in. If you have all your matchsticks all prepared for them. And it's fun to use matchsticks. We don't light matches much anymore. So they're not really something that... Okay, so here we're just going to put glue on the sides because we're going to build up the sides here. And we're just going to stack them up. And I am going to use glossy accent. And you want this to dry. You'll want it to dry before you put the hanger on it. And it'll take a while. It'll probably take about a half an hour to 40 minutes for it to set. But you'll want to let it cure overnight. I would. I could have put the hanger on it first, but I didn't because I was anxious to get started building here. So you just want to keep gluing. And you might have to go back in and glue some more down if you need to. Because it will run down the sides. And this will go out on my Charlie Brown tree. This will go out on my Charlie Brown tree. Oh, I'm going to have pretty high walls here. Or you could do more than one. We'll see how high I can go. How high can you go? I'm sure there are several of you have probably done this before, or even have used other things. Toothpicks I don't think I would use because, you know, they're round unless you find some nice square toothpicks. These matchsticks are nice and square, so... And my glossy accents is running down the side, but that's okay too. You could smooth it out a little if you wanted. Spray some artificial snow in there on this one, you can. I think I did a Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. once. So just keep, whoops. There we go. You just keep gluing them down. Now after this all dries, I might come back and just coat this whole thing with glossy accent on the inside. Just for the fun of it. Because I've got little puddles of glossy accent as it runs down, but that really doesn't bother me much. But if you're particular, and some of you are very particular, we used to build little log cabins like this, little and covered bridges. I remember the log cabins especially, and Christmas ornaments. Whoops, I got a lot there. I'm going to have more than enough matches. And really, I don't mind if it runs down the sides because it helps glue the sticks together. Helps glue everything to the base. Now, see those white sticks, those white spots on those sticks hardly even show. Hardly even show. And if they do show, you can think of them as being snow. Snow on the wood. Yeah. And you just keep going until you want to quit or run out of sticks. I might quit here in a minute because I'm kind of slanting them in now. These should really be out a little further. Oops, I'll have to put that one back. Oops. Yeah, I'm getting almost too high now. What did I do here? This one has to go this way. It has to go on here. And then there has to be one here. This might be my last row. And we'll see how sturdy this is when I'm all done. But I think it'll be pretty sturdy. But I don't think I'll put any more on it because I'm already having trouble with what I have here. And we'll just finish out this wall. one more here. There we go. Now I've got some little glops of glue in there. I'm going to take a small brush and let me get it. I don't like it wet. Brush this off on a towel. And I'm gonna smooth out this glossy accent here. I might pour some more in there. I've got plenty in there. I'm just going to smooth it out in there. It'll dry clear. So since it ran down in there, I just want it to be like a coating on it. Alrighty. I'm going to let that dry. I've got plenty of matches to play with here. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll put a hanger on it. I'll probably have to do that tomorrow. We'll let this sit overnight. My ink paper there. And I'm going to use this as my thumbnail. And we could actually put a sign there. Let's put it down here. And that is going to be a Christmas ornament. Now I'll probably do something different on the night of the stream, but I wanted to do this and invite you to watch our live stream on Friday, December 10th. It starts early in the morning, and then we go until about 9 a.m. Central Time, and then we break until later in the afternoon, and then we go all night. And the theme is Happy Holiday Hop. The people that stream are going to be doing Christmas decorations or cards or something holiday-ish, as simple or as complicated as they wish. But the theme is winter holiday. So thank you for watching, and I will see you December 10th.